Antarctica is the planet's harshest, most desolate, and least explored continent. This frozen desert has hosted countless myths, legends, and enigmas throughout history, and those who have tried to explore it have often paid with their lives. While Antarctica's existence is no longer as mysterious as it once was, those who wish to dig beneath its surface are still barred. One can't simply walk in. So why? Why do nations treat this ice-clad land as a hidden treasure? Could there be truths hidden beneath, known only to a few? Truths that they do not want us to discover? Today we will journey to Earth's frozen south, explore the stories told about Antarctica, and attempt to untangle the facts from the fiction. By the end of this voyage, many of your questions may be answered, and new ones will surely arise. Welcome to Real Perception. Let us begin with a chapter of history. Around the year 100 AD, we meet the Greek sage Claudius Ptolemy. You may know him simply as Ptolemy or Ptolemy. He was an extraordinary mind, an astronomer, mathematician, geographer, astrologer, and philosopher. Ptolemy devoted much of his life to the scrolls in Alexandria, the great hub of ancient learning, and left us a rich legacy across multiple disciplines. But there is one striking claim he made that is directly relevant to today's topic. He was the first in recorded history to speak of a massive southern landmass. In his work, Geographia, he refers to it as Terra Australis Incognita, the unknown lands of the South. But how could he propose such an idea in a time when no one even suspected a South Pole existed? The oceans were vast, continents were only partially known. How might he have sensed that land lay beyond? Ptolemy's extraordinary claim was rooted, in his own way, in the science of his day. He drew on Aristotle's concept of a spherical Earth and the notion that a world in balance would require mass in both northern and southern hemispheres. Ptolemy adopted these ideas and built upon the geographical work of Eratosthenes and Hipparchus, who centuries earlier had measured the Earth's circumference with remarkable precision. Observing that known continents clustered in the north, Ptolemy reasoned that some unknown mass must lie in the south to counterbalance them. He called it the balance theory. In an age when seas were thought to be enclosed by vast lands, the idea of vast southern continents beyond the known seas became a recurring motif in mapmaking and mythology. Over time, the idea of a hidden southern continent evolved from speculation to legend, and some navigators and cartographers took it seriously. That leads us to the 16th century, when the great Ottoman navigator Piri Reis presented a map that some interpreted as showing Antarctica before it was covered in ice. He compiled his maps from earlier navigators, noting in himself. But conspiracy theorists argue he must have accessed mysterious sources or even extraterrestrial knowledge. In truth, many scholars believe that what his map shows is an exaggerated projection or misinterpretation of South America's southern edges, extended downward because the true shape of lands beyond was unknown. Then, in 1531, the French cartographer Laurent Finet published another intriguing map depicting a southern continent under Africa and South America. Some see in its shape an uncanny resemblance to an ice-free Antarctica. Others argue it is simply a speculative southern landmass, a common cartographic trope. Yet in the 20th century, Charles Hapgood seized upon these maps in support of his radical theory of Earth crust displacement. He claimed that in the distant past, Antarctica was located in a warmer latitude, free of ice, and home to an advanced civilization. He proposed that the continent later shifted rapidly to the pole in a catastrophic event, burying that civilization in ice. These ideas excited many, although mainstream geology finds them unlikely. Plate tectonics allow slow movement over millions of years, but nothing as abrupt or dramatic as Hapgood proposed. Meanwhile, in the 20th century, national powers grew interested in the polar regions. The Nazis mounted expeditions before World War II, supposedly seeking territory or resources. Later, after the war, the United States launched Operation High Jump in 1946 under Admiral Richard Byrd. The public narrative framed it as cold weather training, aerial mapping, and scientific research. But conspiracy theory seized upon it. Tales of underground caverns, alien contact, and dramatic conflicts. None of these appear in Byrd's official records or documented logs, and the diaries purported to confirm them lack authentic verification. On the scientific front, polar research continued. Ice cores revealed that Antarctica once hosted forests and life, but that was tens of millions of years ago, well before any human presence. During the era of supercontinents such as Gondwana, what is now Antarctica lay in warmer latitudes. But millions of years ago, long before humans existed, the continent gradually drifted to its polar position and was locked in ice. In 1959, the Antarctic Treaty was signed by 12 nations, declaring Antarctica a zone for peaceful scientific study, banning military activity, and setting aside territorial claims. Because of this treaty, large parts of Antarctica remain off-limits to general access. Only scientific expeditions operating under treaty regulations may enter, and tourist visits are generally limited to coastal areas. The interior remains among the most remote and hostile environments on the planet. Why is it nearly impossible to penetrate the heart of Antarctica? The climate is extreme. Winter temperatures near -80 degrees Celsius are not uncommon. There are no roads, no infrastructure, no resupply stations. Magnetic anomalies, sudden storms, unpredictable terrain, and logistical challenges make remote exploration perilous. It is not a conspiracy that restricts common access, it is sheer physical difficulty. So, what lies beneath the ice? Hidden cities? Ancient ruins? Advanced technology? While it is not impossible that geological remnants survive under kilometers of ice, sensational claims of extraterrestrials or lost civilizations remain speculative and unsupported by credible evidence. The real enigma of Antarctica lies not in alien cover-ups, but in the science yet to be discovered in its frozen depths. Until the ice melts or technology allows deeper probing, Antarctica will keep its secrets. But if one day something truly extraordinary is revealed under that ice, it will be a scientific triumph, not necessarily evidence of a global conspiracy. Thank you for watching Real Perception. If you like this video, remember to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. What do you believe hides beneath Antarctica's thick ice? Stay curious, and we'll explore more together soon.